Greetings and welcome to the RC Wall Vacuum channel. Today's episode of Why the Hell Did You Do That? I will be delving into the manufacture of this dedicated receiver box for a Kraken Vekta 5 LSE kit that I've been working on. The stock battery receiver box is just too small for a battery, a receiver, and a kill switch. And since I always remove the light poles from the vehicles after I'm done running and put them on a charge, to try and do this with that stock box is just going to be way too annoying, and I'm too impatient for that. So since there is some room in behind the stock box and between the stock receiver box and the drive shaft, I'm going to fit this box in there. It's going to get printed out of carbon fiber reinforced nylon, a PA12, with a Qidi X CF Pro printer. This box is designed around a Spectrum 6200 receiver and will be dedicated to just the receiver. And the stock box is going to be holding the battery and the dynamite kill switch with its activation LED. The cables are going to go through a rubber grommet installed over here on the side, and then the antenna is going to come out this side chute here through a hole down inside there. I don't know if the camera is going to show that or not. And speaking of the antenna, the stock antenna mount on the stock box was going to come right up and hit the pipe on that Taylor 50cc. I'm not sure what the plan was with that one, but this new box is going to put they're supposed to put the antenna coming right up in between the expansion chamber and the exhaust manifold. So let's head to the printer and watch this thing get built. So the cover's done printing now. I'll let it sit and cool a little bit. See how they come together. And then off to the shop to try to fit this thing in place. So I'm back out here in the shop. I got the box all assembled, the cover, and everything's done. I did end up, I ended up snapping off those tabs I was going to use to pin it. Instead, I'm going to take and drill and tap that assembly there, and just use a 3mm screw. I think what I'm going to end up doing in the future is I'm going to experiment with trying to put a hex insert up, you know, have the printer. So if I get a printer to put down a hex so I can actually insert a 3mm lock nut up inside here. And I am curious how the printer is going to hold the tolerances on that. It fits in here pretty good. I was pretty happy with how well that fits in there. It's nice and snug, and not going to interfere with anything. The antenna comes up in this back corner here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show that on the camera. And it's going to go right up on, right between the expansion chamber and the manifold, where the other antenna, the stock antenna mount, come up out of here, and it was going to come right in. It was going right in and catch the pipe right around here, and that's obviously not going to hold up to that. So I did end up with it tucked back in there, but for the most part, it actually works in there pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Now, over the years, I find myself frequently going to YouTube to look for advice and info on different things from those that have been there and done that. And the whole reason for my channel is in the hope that I can return that favor by doing videos that show what I've learned over the way too many years of trial and error. Now, that being said, this 3D printing is another example of where I can show what I've learned as I learn it. So what did I learn from this project? Well, I do know that with injection molding of something like this, you would have to accommodate for expansion and contraction, but I wasn't sure with 3D printing how that goes. So I left the dimensions on the both across here and the same inside here, exactly the same, to see how it's going to print. And it was 2.375, I believe, and in both cases it printed right around 2.38. I mean, it snaps in there pretty good. I probably could have maybe added on 10 thousandths more, but it comes together pretty good. And like I said, there's going to be a rubber grommet in there we're going to feed the cables through, and that's for the antenna over there. So one of the things I did learn is the support issues with 3D printing. I did not have much support on there under these mounting tabs. I wasn't that concerned about if there's going to be issues, guys, just sanding it off. Where I did have support is over here on the antenna, because I was going to have, there's a hole that kind of curves in through there, and I didn't want nothing messing with a hole. So that was supported well, and that worked out well. So I did a little post-processing of just sanding those edges off. In the future, I'll just have better supports there. But I think to some extent, the little supports that I had coming up on here, they were just coming up out of that hole, contributed to the nozzles plugging up on the Qidi printer. At first I started seeing the PA12 stuff start wrapping around up onto the nozzle, and I tried to clean that out. Well, it went downhill from there. I ended up with a nozzle plugged. I had to replace the nozzle, and I went back to printing. It's been fine since, but I think there's definitely an issue you got to watch with your supports. If you can actually cause more problems if you don't have the right supports in there, and causing issues with the filament that curl up around there. And this, like I said, this is a PA12, and it was done with the Qidi X CF Pro. And so far it's been a really good printer. For anyone that's interested, I am going to be doing more videos on the 3D printing with that printer, and probably some troubleshooting videos, some maintenance videos, and setup videos. And but I'm pretty happy with the printer. And so over the most part, I'm going to stick with this as is. And like I said, I might try to see if I can get a hex up in there and press a nut up, and then I got to figure out, you know, what kind of tolerance do you have to actually add a little extra material in there, take a little extra material off or whatever to try to get a nut pressed in there, because once it's in, I'm not going to really be able to get in there and fine tune it if I don't have it done right from the start. So there'll be some experimenting with that, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with this, and it fits in there good. And it's designed for the 6200 Spectrum. That drops in there nice, and it'll go in. Antenna's going to come up out of the side here, and it's going to stick the tube in there. And I wanted to leave a lot of extra space in there for cables, because that drives me nuts when you got to try to put cables in something and shit's falling out all over the place, like this definitely was going to happen with that box. That, I mean, that'll work fine for the battery and maybe the dynamite kill switch in there, but to get the receiver in there and try to pull that battery in and out every time you run it, I just was not up for that challenge. So if you do find these videos informative and helpful, and you know, I'd appreciate if you like the videos and subscribe, and that keeps me motivated to make more videos. I got lots and lots of projects coming up, and I want to delve into more of these videos where I'm kind of learning as I go, but I also do videos of stuff where I've got a lot of experience in, and the whole point is hopefully I can help out other people that it's going to repay the favor that's I've gotten over the years from other people that have been shared their experiences on YouTube. So thanks for watching.